What is going on, guys? Taylor Super with SharpSportsNetwork.com bringing you some of my favorite plays for this Friday 8-game NBA slate. Hope you guys did well yesterday. Planning on another big day yet again for Sharp Sports Network today. Still waiting on some news. Anthony Davis is probable, but that doesn't mean all that much. I mean, he could be doubtful for all we know, considering it's Anthony Davis. And then Russell Westbrook may sit today due to rest reasons. We know. As far as we know for the rest of the year, that Russell Westbrook's going to be sitting either the front end or back end of back-to-backs. It is the front end today of a back-to-back, so there's potential that he might sit today and is a decent matchup against Indiana. So something we got to look out for. But if you want to enter for a free NBA season pass, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and then comment below with your favorite play of the day, selecting a winner every single Monday. As always, I will be streaming on Twitch 2 hours before the slate locks at 4 p.m. Central Time. So make sure to get there and then get your answers or your questions answered rather. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. We got 8 games on the slate, and there's 2 games that really just stick out to me, and it's that Houston and Indiana game. We know Houston is the second fastest team in the league. Indiana, a bottom 5 team in the league in terms of pace, but so massive pace up spot for the Indiana Pacers, and I like a ton of those guys. And then potentially James Harden would be a lock if Russell Westbrook were to miss, and it would open up some value like Austin Rivers, like Ben McLemore, like those guys a good bit. And then Washington versus Minnesota. This game opened at 238 over under, and now it's at 242. Gonna want to get some pieces from there. There's a lot of value pieces from there that I like. I'll talk about those in a bit. So we know that Miles Turner and Jeremy Lamb are out this game. So if we plug them in, and then I'm also going to take Goga Batazi's back this game, but they are going to limit his minutes. So I will explain why I'm taking him out when I'm running these stats. But for the most part, Domantas Sabonis and Malcolm Brogdon, with these guys off the court, lead the team in usage. They lead the team in assist percentage outside of TJ McConnell coming off the bench with a massive 39.2% assist percentage, which is wild. But he's been doing his thing. But Malcolm Brogdon, Domantas Sabonis, very, very active, have their hands in everything on this offense when they're out there. They're playing massive minutes this year. We see that every single game that is competitive and they're avoiding foul trouble, they're playing mid to high 30s in minutes, getting over 40 minutes multiple times this year. Domantas Sabonis averaging 1.39 fantasy points per minute. Now, the reason that I took Goga off the court, even though he's back when running these, is that this is the stats that Sabonis is running at the 5. Now, if Goga is he's back, but he's limited, I feel like the only minutes he's going to get is behind Sabonis. I don't expect Sabonis to play very many minutes at the 4 today, especially going against this Clippers team who's going to be running small. They're going to run Tyson Chandler out there for a bit, but they could have Tucker out there for a little bit as well, but they're a small team, so I expect Sabonis to be the only big out there, or Goga when he's out there. So I think Sabonis plays 38-40 minutes tonight, assuming this game stays competitive in a pace-up game, massive pace-up game against the Houston Rockets, who are a bottom team in the league in terms of defensive rating. And so averaging 1.39 fantasy points per minute, I think he's affordable on Draftkings at 8.7K. I do like him more than Andre Drummond. That might be a bit contrarian to say, but I truly think that. And then over here on Fanduel, he's priced up at 9.5K. Now, I don't think that's overpriced, but I think it's priced appropriately. So if you can get him in, I think that's great. But I definitely think that he can pay off this price tag pretty easily, assuming that this game stays competitive. And then Malcolm Brogdon, my favorite play on the slate, just considering his price tag, because he's so cheap. Malcolm Brogdon averaging 1.2 fantasy points per minute. Again, the matchup is great. It's pace up. They're terrible on defense. He leads the team in assist percentage and usage with all those guys off the court. And he's only 8.2K over here on FanDuel. On DraftKings, he is only 7.6K. I don't know how you get away from him. He should be one of the highest owned players today. And if he's not, people are making a mistake, because I think he is an amazing play today. And then on the opposite side, we know that Clint Capella is out this game. And I was looking back at the games, and so this was against the Clippers, which playing against the Clippers, when big centers struggle against them for the most part, just because they like to run Montrezl Harrell, a undersized center, but he has a high motor, so they typically like to run smaller lineups against the Clippers. But Tyson Chandler was the immediate backup to Clint Capella this game. And we know that they like, whenever they get the opportunity, they want to play PJ Tucker at the 5 to run small. So it was good to see that Tyson Chandler played 16 minutes. And those were just the immediate backup minutes to Clint Capella. And they actually closed the game against Montrezl Harrell and the Clippers over PJ Tucker at the 5. So that was really interesting. And so now that they're playing a guy and Domantas Sabonis and Goga Bitadze, both big centers, I think that there's no way around them playing Tyson Chandler mid to high 20s in minutes, and he could get into the 30s. I mean, hey, he's an older guy, so I think they probably limit him a bit. Maybe they get Isaiah Hartenstein in there, who hasn't played at all this year. So I expect a lot of minutes out of Tyson Chandler. He's averaging 0.96 fantasy points per minute on the year. Tyson Chandler is only $4,000 over here on Draftkings, and then he's even cheaper over here on Fanduel at 3.8K, and on Fantasydraft I believe he's only 7.6K. Remember, we are partnered with Fantasydraft if you guys want to join and get our cheat sheets for completely free. All you have to do is sign up using code SharpSportsDeposit. Show us proof on Twitter at SharpSportsNet, and we will get you guys set up with a free pass on SharpSportsNetwork.com. So these are some of my favorite plays of the day. Obviously, we're still waiting for news. There's a lot of things that we need to get to. Or we need to get news on because they're really going to be dictating the slate. I will be live streaming at 4 p.m. Central Time over on Twitch, twitch.tv/SharpSportsNetwork. Link is going to be in the description. So yeah, if you guys want to join the team, it's at SharpSportsNetwork.com. Hope you guys do well today, and until next time, peace.